I want to talk about domain and range of a function. So these are words that I use to describe some aspects or characteristics of the function. Domain. The domain of a function is the collection of all valid inputs. A lot of folks like to think about this as all the x's, which I think is a perfectly acceptable working definition for us right now in algebra. All the x's, all the numbers that I could plug into this function. Now for me, I have a little bit of a taste for etymology and wordplay and things like that. So my mnemonic is for something like kingdom or something of that nature, maybe Dominion. If you're a Star Trek fan, Kingdom Hearts fans go with Kingdom, Star Trek fans go with Dominion. Both of these are talking about areas or regions over which someone has agency, over which someone has control, over which they have power. And the domain of a function represents all the inputs over which that function has power, over which that function has control. Okay. Now, on the flip side, the range of a function is the collection of all possible outputs, everything that this function is capable of producing. And so in this algebra class, a lot of times folks would like to think about this as all the y's that you can get out of this function. And for me, my sort of mnemonic or mental connection here is for something like maybe vocal range. The vocal range of a singer would be all of the notes that they can produce, and the range of a function is all the numbers that it can produce. Okay, so let's do a little example here. Someone gives me the function, this should be f of x equals 1 over x minus 2. And they want me to evaluate f of 2. So first of all, what are they implying here with this function notation? F of 2, does that mean that x is 2, or does that mean that y is 2? This means that they're specifying that x, the input, should be 2, based on the position of 2 in the input box for this function between the parentheses. So I'm going to go into this function, I'm going to go into this formula, I'm going to replace x with 2. I'm going to try and calculate that. Now, I run into an issue right away, because if I do 1 over 2 minus 2, then I end up with 1 over 0. And because you can't divide by 0, this isn't a number. This is undefined. So I plugged in, or tried to plug in x equals 2, but I didn't get any number yielded back. So that means that x equals 2 is an invalid input. And so what would I conclude based on that? Well, if x equals 2 is not a valid input, if x equals 2 is not a valid input, if it's an invalid input, I would have to conclude that x equals 2 is not in the domain, because it's not an x value that I could plug in to this function.